Hello students, welcome back to my channel Explore Physics, Let's Explore. We have already discussed the first chapter of 10th standard, that is light, reflection and refraction. I'm going to start the next chapter now, human eye and the colorful world. So this is the first topic in that second chapter, that is human eye. You know that this is one of the requirement, the basic requirement, which enables us to see the objects around us. It's the most valuable and sensitive organ in our body. So what happens here? What are the different parts of the human eye and what are the functions of these parts? We are going to discuss that today. So the first part is the cornea, the transparent membrane, which allows the light to pass through it. Most of the refraction happens here. Then we have iris, the ring structure assembly, which if you have seen, which gives the color to the eye. You must have seen brown colored eyes, black colored eyes, hazel colored eyes. So all this color of the eye is because of this assembly, iris. It has a hole in center, or it has the opening which is called pupil, and because of iris and pupil, they regulate the amount of light entering through to the eye. Then we have the ciliary muscles, and in that the suspensory ligaments, which holds the eyelids there, which holds the eyelids at its position. This our eyelids is a convex lens made up of jelly-like structure, which is of proteins, made up of proteins, and this has the ability. It's the God gift. The human eye lens has the ability to change its focal length. When the ciliary muscles are relaxed, the eye lens becomes thin and its focal length becomes more. It's easily able to see the distant or far off objects. When the ciliary muscles are little contract or little strained, the eye lens becomes thick and its focal length becomes less. So when we are looking at the short distance or nearby objects, our ciliary muscles are contracted, and then the focal length becomes less. Then we have the screen, like in the camera we have a screen or the developed film. Here we have the retina. Through this lens, the eye lens, the real and inverted images are taken or there on screen. So it focuses the images on screen. This screen, through optic nerves, converts the whatever we are seeing, the images, to the electric signal, and these electric signals actually go to the brain through optic nerves. In this retina we have different types of cells which are called light sensitive cells, which are rods and cones. So rods are rod shaped cells which are sensitive towards the dim light, which are only sensitive to the dim light, not to the colors and bright light. So rods are rod-like cells, rod-shaped cells, which are sensitive to dim light, and the cones are the light-sensitive cells, which are sensitive towards the colors and the bright light. So I'll come to this a little later. So these light sensitive cells, in the form of electrical, they just change the image to the electrical signals which are taken to the brain by optic nerves, and there the information is processed. In the brain the information is processed, and there it perceives or interprets the signals to the images which or the object what we are going to see, or what we have seen. So this is all about the human eye. Now I was talking about this light rods and cones. So if like in our human eyes we have very less number of rods, the light which are very not very I told you the rods are very the cells which are sensitive to the dim eyes. Few of the animals, the rods are more, so they can the cells which are sensitive to dim lights are more, so they are able to see through the dark also. The color of the object or the cones are sensitive towards the colors and the bright light, so we are able to see or identify the colors only because of the cone shaped cells, which are called the cones, which are there in the retina here. We have between the cornea and the eyelids, we have the aqueous humor, and behind the eyelids and the retina we have the vitreous humor, so which again allows the proper refraction of light. So as I told you, most of the refraction happens because of cornea here. Only that fine tuning or the focusing part is done by the lens, and the image is formed there at the retina. So this is all about the human eye. As I told you, most important part, the cornea, is the the layer kind of thing, the first thing where the light, which allows the light to pass, or with the where the light strikes, that you have to remember. The iris gives the color to the eye, whatever color one has of the eyelid or the eye, that is given by iris, the ring structure assembly. Pupil is, iris and pupil actually amounts the regulates the amount of light falling on it. We have a convex lens, a jelly which is made up of proteins. We have a retina where the inverted and real images are formed. We have a blind spot here also. At the junction or at the where the optic nerve meet retina, there is a spot called blind spot, where there are no cells, no rods or no cones are there. So it doesn't have any cell, and if the light falls in, it cannot take any, there is no image formed on that point. That is why it's called the blind spot. So it is at the junction of all this optic nerve and the retina. This is all about the human eye. In the next class, we are going to discuss about the defects of vision. What are the different defects of vision, like short-sightedness, long-sightedness, presbyopia, cataract and all. So see you till then. Bye. Stay healthy, stay safe, and a very big thank you to you all. Bye.